So home energy prices are going up a lot. The government has raised the cap on home energy prices by 50%. Means the average household in Britain will be paying an extra £700 a year. And if you're somebody with a serious circulatory disorder who has to keep their house a fair bit warmer than average in order to avoid having medical problems, it's going to be 2 or 3 times that. And we don't have any choice about it. Almost all the accounts have been flipped over to British Gas and to larger suppliers. If you were with a small independent or green energy company, as I was, you're not anymore. And if you go and look for how you can switch out to another company, you're just not going to be offered anything that's affordable or worth having. So we don't have any choice but to pay this money. Now, the government had a choice about doing this because other countries around the world have made much smaller increases in their energy cap. All across Europe, single-digit increases have been the norm. In France, it's 4%, and we've got 50%. And what's happening to this money? Well, guess what? The oil companies are getting richer and richer and richer. In the space of 3 months last year, Shell and BP between them made £10.2 billion. Last year, ExxonMobil made $23 billion. These companies are absolutely rolling in it. And this sounds like a skit that I made up, but towards the end of last year, Bernard Looney, the chief executive of BP, yes, I know, that's ridiculous, who was paid $1.7 million for his job last year, described BP as a cash machine. Why are we standing by and letting this happen? We've tried this idea that somehow competitive capitalist markets are going to give us a better, fairer energy deal. We've even tried the idea that getting out of the EU is going to help us source cheaper and better contracts. It's not working. None of this is working. What we need is to nationalise the energy service. And then these profits, if that is the only way to do it, will come to us, and we can at least spend them making sure that those in the greatest need don't have to pay astronomical bills that they can't afford. It would also mean that we could focus much more on building renewables and green energy systems and making our country much less reliant on oil and gas and those kind of things. Instead of which, we're being offered a little kind of sticking plaster from Rishi Sunak, a little bit of money towards paying those bills, nothing like the increasing cost of those bills. And the suggestion is that this be funded, first of all, by scrapping VAT on fuel, which, okay, but that doesn't take the money away from these giant multinational corporations who are making billions and billions of pounds. That takes the money away from our own national income, which means we can't spend it on the NHS or alcohol for parties at Downing Street or whatever it is they want to spend it on. It's not solving the problem in a long-term way. And then there's the suggestion that we fund it with, and this really annoys me because the Labour Party is saying this too, with a windfall tax on the large energy companies, as though the large energy companies making an absolute killing is some sort of fluky piece of good luck. It's not. It's a result of runaway corporate greed, and it's not even their fault because runaway corporate greed is built into the system. These companies have a legal obligation to maximise profits to shareholders and to do what is best for shareholders rather than what is best for individual people who need to live in a home that is not freezing cold and need to be able to afford basic essentials to go about their lives. This is so straightforward, and it's huge. This is thousands of pounds out of everybody's pockets. This is your summer holiday or not. And if it's going to affect you and me in this way, then let's not forget that there are lots and lots of people in our country who are not in such a financially safe situation to start with. Look at all those people, key workers included, who are on minimum wage, who are doing 0 hours contracts, who are on universal credit, who are on very, very limited income, or who are not able to work because of disability, because of problems that they're going through. We are creating a society in which thousands and thousands and thousands of people simply cannot afford to live. And to talk about this as though it's inevitable is completely misleading. It's a choice that this government has made. What can we do? The main opposition parties are not fighting this the way that they should. They're going along with this rhetoric. Do things to solve that problem. Join independent protest groups, join a trade union, raise your voice, write to your MP, do whatever you can. And also, please, keep supporting independent media like this one, because the mainstream media are not talking about this in an honest and upfront way, and we need to get it discussed. Please share this and consider sponsoring me if you can. Thank you.